All right, guys. So now we are here for this Monday night motivational Zoom, and I'm super excited. I did ask some guests to be on tonight. I'm hoping that they will be able to. I missed the call because I was at a bungee sweat class, and I'm super disappointed that I missed it. But thankfully, people have been updating me about the packages that are going to be released tomorrow and the free worldwide shipping. From my understanding, it's going to be either like the tone pack where you get the lifestyle mix for free, or you can do the 3 steps and you get sculpt for free. That is going to be incredible, guys. So many people are starting their New Year's resolutions. And right now, I can tell you, I have more promoters jumping back on board than I have seen in a long time. People are reaching out to me. I know my camera's all jacked up. It'll be okay. I have so many people reaching out to me right now to want to get restarted in their business. Customers that are interested in trying samples. So I'm going to be pushing out the samples out of my cloud. I won't be able to mail them out because I'm going to be leaving town on Wednesday. But Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday while I travel, my goal is to get at least 10 samples sent out. So 2 a day is what I'm going to aim for. And guys, listen, this might be people that I meet at Rise. I don't know. I don't know who those people are going to be yet, but all I need is their address and their email, and I can get them started and I can get them a account created, right? Because I'm not going to send out any minis without having an account created. But I'm going to be talking to tons of people, women that are seriously, it's a women's conference, that are seriously motivated and investing themselves, right? So I want you to imagine this. Like, I recently realized that I needed to really fuel my own self. And I realized that I was becoming a very big homebody, and I wasn't getting out and I wasn't meeting new people in my area. I wasn't spending time with friends that I used to work with. I basically was being a hermit crab, and I was basically just working online. And I'm a very social person. So it was making me almost close down in ways where I wasn't able to reach people. So I don't know how many of you guys are my friends on Facebook or follow me or not, but I've been on a health journey this past year, and people have followed me on my journey. Well, most recently, I started working out. I joined a gym. So now I'm making friends and also catching up with old friends. And we're meeting up there. I also joined a place where I'm taking these classes. Like tonight, I just did a bungee sweat class. And while, yes, it's not the most convenient because my daughter also has a dance class at the same time. So I have to rely on my husband to take her in order for me to make this class. I'm meeting new people. Like, I'm making new friends. Like, everybody tonight was complimenting me on how well I did in my class and like how much they loved my pants. And you better believe they ask about the DFT and different stuff like that, right? So I'm trying to find ways to incorporate my new lifestyle and get to meet new people and get in front of new people, because sometimes we can get in this redundant cycle where we are talking to the same people, including team, and where we are just focused on helping those same people over and over and over again. And what I realized is that I needed new potentials. I needed to be talking to new people constantly. I'm one of those people that when people on my team quit, I take it super duper like hard, and not like hard, like of course I wish them well. But I take it super personal. Like, what did I do wrong? Or what more could I have done to help them be successful? So what I've realized in this last year, which I should have realized this many years ago, but maybe I take it personal, I don't know, is that I can only control the actions that I do day in, day out. I can only control my mindset. I can only control those things. I will be honest, and I quit answering people that are super negative all the time. I have to pull back from those people, because if not, it drains the crap out of me in such a big way. So, all right, I Oh no, my audio was back or gone? Oh no. Okay, well, let's let somebody else talk. Let's see. Heather, are you on? We'll let Heather talk if I'm all jacked up.
I can hear you. Can you hear me now?
I can hear you perfectly.
Okay. No,
So that's okay.
I'm not gonna run the risk of people having a fuzzy screen by seeing me. So I'm literally not gonna put a video up because I have the worst signal on the planet. So if for some reason I cut in and out, you guys, it's because I'm a 200K without Wi-Fi. I can't get it where I live. It's just the way it is. So I just have to go by the grace of my Verizon cell phone signal. So I'm glad Amanda invited me on this Zoom tonight, and her and I were chatting in Messenger earlier today, you guys. And I love, first of all, that tonight's corporate call fired me up. And there's a lot of things that I have on my heart today that I just kind of wanted to share, because I think people, you know, see leaders posting, get on Zoom, see us leaders doing live events, heading up these things. And maybe people sit back and think, God, that looks so easy for them. It looks like they never miss a beat. It looks like they don't struggle. It looks like they never falter. And I'm just going to be super real and raw and honest with you guys tonight on the Zoom. Yes, we do. Hell yes, we do. We have the same doubts and fears and trepidations and different things that creep into our mind and our heart from time to time. And, I've kind of been on that journey myself, and it isn't because I had a lack of enthusiasm, but I just seem to have so much life being thrown at me right now and so much deep perspective. Just in the last 18 months of my life, it's like I won't even get into details because it's so hard and there's been so much. I'm, in the process of helping my sister process the fact that her 24-year-old daughter is now in hospice care. She has acute myeloid leukemia. And when you get thrown life perspective like that, you realize what is the most valuable and what is the most important thing, and who you're spending your time with, how you're spending your time, and why you're spending your time on certain things. But I will tell you, through all of these really emotional, deep, hard things that I'm having to do and walk through with my family, the one thing that has stayed the foundation for my life has been this kind of a business, this industry. Like, where in the hell would I be right now if I had to go work a 9-to-5 job? I would be fired. I would be fired. There would be no way. But I have the ability now, because of the work I've put in over the last 7 years, to show up for other people in ways I would never be able to show up for. And those are moments and memories and things that I am never, ever going to regret. And they're things that I'm never, ever going to be able to have a redo over. My perspective, with this has also given me the perspective of, where do I begin again? Because I've been kind of absent in my own business because of these personal things. Like, where do I pick up the pieces? Where do I start again? Who do I reach out to? Where am I needed? Not feeling valuable is a very hard thing. And I think you have to realize, as leaders, we all have those emotions and feelings. So when you're sitting there at a 4K or a 12K or 40K or an 80K and you have doubt, know that we do too. But the best way to squash that doubt is to have some deep conversations, to have those connections and those people you can go to and say, listen, I'm in a rut right now. And, having these conversations with some people that I value and trust as leaders in this business has helped me to realize the things I needed to do were exactly what they talked about on the corporate call tonight, you guys. New. It isn't that I'm not here to help, guide, or lead people who are already in my organization. They know I am. I'm a message away. But what am I doing to fill my cup? What am I doing to get my fire back, to get my excitement back, to get my passion back for being a thriver and being excited to grow a business? New people. I seriously sent out 6 samples today, and I ain't gonna lie, I can't tell you the last time I sent out 6 samples. But when I got into those messages today and I started sharing my Thrive experience, I realized it's just jumping back in, right? Sometimes you feel like you are in left field and you are all alone when everybody else is playing a game. You know the feeling because we've all experienced it. You're in 2nd grade and nobody picks you to play play the game, and you're over there going, what do I do? You just have to get back in the game. So I love that Amanda said, like, people who are already in her business have been reaching out and saying it's time to relaunch. This is time that you guys should all be reaching within your organizations too, and having those open conversations of, where do you see yourself in 2020 in this business, and how can I support that? Put the message out there, throw the line. They either take it or they don't. But your job and our job as leaders is to continually cast that line to new people. And just today, getting this Thrive product in more people's hands, getting new accounts set up, holding myself accountable, getting my ass on a Zoom, getting my ass on a leadership call is what we all need to be doing. If you want to get back in the game, get back in the game. It's just jump, do it. And it was like, that was my own perspective today on what do I need to do to get myself back to that happy place where I feel fulfilled. And these are the places in which fulfill me. Sharing things that I know will be of value, hopefully inspire somebody, and to get people thriving. And I love the leaderboard thing they're talking about today, the rookie board. Us as leaders shouldn't go, well, okay, it's only for people who've been in for 8 months or brand new. Yeah, that's where your whole rejuvenation of your organization is going to come from, is those new people. New blood literally is like the rejuvenation of old blood too. There is just something that sparks it in your team and in your organization when they see a new 4K pop, new VIPs pop, and they see you working on side people who are doing their due, and you are too, and they're like, what the hell am I waiting for? It's a light bulb moment, but people have to have their own light bulb moments. Even us, no matter where you are in this business, how long you've been doing this industry, we all have those moments where we slip back. And I'm telling you, I'm so blessed that I have those people I can go to that can help pull me back in. But it's up to me at the end of the day. It's my job to work this business. It's not anybody else's responsibility. And I can either sit back and have regret for not doing what I know I'm capable of doing, or get my ass out there and start being capable on the level that I know I am. So I just kind of wanted to share with you guys today, like, where I'm at, what my journey has been like, what struggles are like. And, we all have them, but it's what you do with them and how you can create fight from them that I think matters the most.
Man, you just hit so many things too when you were talking about that. I think a lot of us, we fall off track and we're kind of like, where do we start? What do we just do? Right. And like what I realized for myself, at least, is that, like I was saying a little bit ago, I was spending time on so many of these things that were just irrelevant. They really were not things that were growing me. They weren't growing my business. I was spending time in chats, just basically trying to help people over their own discouragement for the things that they weren't doing, meaning regular posting and things like that, right? And Heather, I know that you've been going through so much. You guys, you don't even, she didn't even, tip of the iceberg there with some of the stuff that she's had going on. Not only, she lost her dad, her husband had a heart attack and had to go back in the hospital. And then now with the loss, her niece, and watching her niece have to say goodbye to her own daughter, those type of life perspectives are what keep me in this business. Okay. When I lost my dad 3.5 years ago, it changed me forever. And I tried to go back into the hospital and I tried to work, and I realized that I had some PTSD. And, my dad, I was able to be with him because of this industry. And I think sometimes we don't realize, or we lose sight of just how precious that time is until we're in a situation like what Heather's going through right now, what I went through, just losing somebody and just needing that time. Or maybe, I have some girls that just had babies, and, maybe there's some postpartum or whatever that might be happening in their own personal lives. But sometimes we just need time where we can't function to work at that normal 9-to-5 job. And I can honestly tell you guys, I don't know any other thing I could do on this planet at all where I could help somebody that maybe didn't graduate high school, that maybe can't read, but they could help somebody with this business, that it costs $0 to help them get started, that if they put that love and energy and work into it, that they could have whatever success they want. But yes, they're going to have to get out and talk to people. Yes, they're going to have to be consistent on a daily basis. Yes, they're going to have to plug into Zooms and get onto calls. Yes, they're going to have to make their business a priority and treat their business like it is a priority. Yes, they're going to have to say goodbye to that shitty thinking every time it sneaks into their head. And they have to realize that they're going to be a virus to other people when they talk like that every single day, day in, day out. And I'll be honest with you guys, I shut it down because I myself don't want to be talked. I don't want to be poisoned. I don't want the poison in my ears, and I don't want it being in your ears either. So when you message me and you're whining, I'm going to probably cut straight to the point, and I'm going to say, what have you done? What have you messaged people? How many people have you messaged? What book are you reading? When was the last time you were on a Zoom? And when was the last time did you apply the things that you learned on that Zoom? Right? Because you guys, the reality of it is that, Kayla Fox gets up every morning and she does a Zoom on what is it, Monday, Wednesday, Friday? I don't even know, because I obviously am not up at 6 a.m. getting on that damn Zoom, because we all know Amanda on that 6 a.m. Zoom is like this. It's like terrible. It's like Amanda at 9 p.m. is great. Amanda at 6 a.m. is just like wah, wah, wah. But Kayla on the other hand, she's on her ball, right? And I got to tell you, if that's something that you need, then that's where you need to be plugging in. I can promise you, you're going to get filled up and you're going to be motivated for the rest of the day if that's what you need, right? For me, I don't want to talk to anybody. I don't even want to talk to my husband or my kids at 6 a.m.
Do you want to use my thing before I go?
Oh, nope, Karina, we don't. Okay. But she's like, wait a second. She said my name. Crap. It's all right. I got you, girl. I got you. You're muted. But the reality of it is that if you plug into the team page, you're going to find fire, guys. You're going to see people posting. You're going to see leaders putting stuff out there. You're going to see daily posts where there's a bingo sheet that, guess what? You can sit down, you can do a power hour. When I was growing every single time in my business the most, it's when I wasn't worried what Sally was doing. It's when Amanda was focused on what the hell I was doing. And I was zoned in on, okay, I've got to get this power hour done. I've got to get 10 messages out. My goal today is to get 10 new free customer accounts, and setting these purposeful goals. Just like Heather said, like, she just got 6 minis out. When's the last time you got 6 minis out? I can honestly tell you, I don't know. I got a whole bunch out one day a couple months ago, like 2 months ago. Maybe it was last month. I don't know. But it was because I sat down and I got focused. Right? And I think sometimes we get in this daily cycle of, oh, I need to get my post up. I haven't posted anything today. If that's how your brain is thinking right now, guys, you got to, like, I don't know, not thrive for a couple days and then thrive and then remember what the hell you were doing. Because I promise you, like, if you don't take it and then you do, you're like, oh my God, what was I doing to myself? Because that sucked. And the thing is that I can tell you that my fire gets excited when I see other people are doing good, when I see other people are plugged in, when I see other people are also getting that excitement and that fire. I don't know how many of you guys follow, and I didn't ask her to speak tonight, but if she is on, I'm going to ask her, because every time she speaks, I can hear that fire, and I know that she will be at 200K one day, because I have seen this girl hustle. I've seen this girl plug in. I've seen this girl fill me in tonight because I was not able to plug in. Ashley, will you unmute yourself and she just said something in our chat in my leadership chat right before this, and I want to say it. I'm going to read it to you. On the real, I feel like 2020 is going to be world altering. This team is going to make some massive waves. Here's to a year of happiness, health, success, and one heck of a tribe. You guys, I hope you're surrounding yourselves with people like that, because it's fire, and it's nothing but just pure, reminds me exactly why I'm doing what I'm doing, right? And it's things like that I want each and every one of you guys to understand, that we don't just wake up and have those people in our lives. We are intentionally surrounding ourselves with those people in our lives. Ashley, I'm going to unmute you.
Hey.
Hey, babe. So I want you to just let it out what's on your heart about what fired you up tonight, because I know you are freaking just fired.
What fired me up tonight, what fired me up just the beginning of this year is we know we're in the right place. We know it. We can feel it. You feel it when you have that unwavering support. And it's not just from your team or your upline or your downline. This tribe is unwavering. And every time I've ever been down, these are the people right here on this Zoom that lift me up every single day. You know, you can feel it. It's like something tangible. You can taste it. You know, you're in the right place. You're in a company that doesn't stop, that goes 110% all the time. It's like full bore all the time. We have a community that just got through a really kind of crappy end of the year, but we did it together and we lifted each other up through the whole thing. So now we're coming into this new year where they're launching, who knows, whatever BIG is. They're bringing out massive products. We still have the best 3-step system ever that is going to carry so many of us across that stage. We have everything. And it makes me shake. Like I am shaking with excitement, because I know that together, us pouring into each other and us lifting each other up, like, you guys, this year is going to change everything. You're going to change so many lives. I have people coming back that I dreamed about them coming back, and they're coming back because we haven't lost that excitement. We haven't lost that vision, because we keep painting that picture, because we know what we have. We literally just have to go get it. And I am just beyond excited to do this with you guys. And I'm so grateful for you. And I have something here that I never had. I've always been missing a piece in my life. My whole life, I've always been missing this. And I never knew what it was or how to find it until it fell into my lap. And that's what you're going to do for people. You're going to give them that piece that they never had. And it's incredible. I'm so excited.
God, I love your soul. I love it. I can feel, I don't know how many of you guys can feel it, but I can just like feel it, because I too can relate to that so much. I can remember growing up, and I grew up around ball fields. All right. Like I grew around football fields and baseball fields, and my mom was a cheer coach. And I was always part of choirs and playing baseball and playing softball and cheerleading and gymnastics. I was always involved in all this stuff, right? So I want you to think about that. I want you to think about what happens whenever you grow up and you get out of school. You're not around community anymore. You're in your day in, day out. You go to work, you have your job, you've got your kids or family, whatever, right? Some of you guys move around, and maybe you don't have family around, and what do most people lack? They lack that continuous, uplifting, supportive tribe of people. And we are so fortunate to live in this day of age where we have that at our fingertips. People that are willing and wanting to lift us up and guide us and encourage us. And I can tell you guys, that to me is like, it's priceless. Just like Ashley was saying, like I've needed that my adult life. Like in the last 10 years, I've realized that some people are like, oh, social media. And I'm like, oh, social media changed my life. I'm like, it changed my life. It not only educated me, but it gave me a way to have time with my family. It gave me a way to meet people from all over the world that have become my family too, right? They might not be blood, but they're my chosen family. And I can tell you, like, I can't imagine life without a lot of you guys in it. Like, I mean, seriously, like, I can't imagine it. And, even going through my first company, and I was with them for 3.5 years. I'm coming up on my 3-year anniversary with Lavelle, and I can honestly tell you, I have never felt such a connection that I have in these last 3 years with the people. And the company itself, guys, the company itself has set us up for the free websites, the free products, the constant every single month new announcements of something. Like, I'm sitting here thinking of, like, if I had the idea of creating a company and what would make people want to join, free website, not having a monthly fee, the ability to earn the products and refer people. Referral is such a big thing. Like, I don't even want to be a customer of a place and if I'm not going to get a referral type of thing. Like, all of this stuff, it's like perfect sense, right? So I was prospected today. Somebody tried to prospect me she used to be part of Lavelle. Then she went to another company. Then she went to another company. She was not on my team because I know some people know I talked to some people that used to be on my team today. There wasn't anybody from our team. But anyway, she tried to prospect me. And I got to tell you guys, the company that she's with, first of all, it was the first time I had heard of it. I'm not going to mention the company's name, but it literally mimicked Lavelle. Like, it was free to join. It was get 2 customers, get these products for free. Like, you take these 4 capsules when you wake up, 2 that like boost your metabolism and 2 that do something. Anyways, I was like, dude, why did you leave? Like, these are like exactly like Lavelle. Like, this is so weird. Like, what in the world? But to each their own, right? To each their own. And we all have to find our fire. And just like Ashley was saying, like, we've got all these announcements and we've got all this stuff that's like constant firing us up, leaning into this fire of everybody on here. Like Heather was talking about, all we have to do, guys, is get in and jump in and do the actions, and we are going to grow exponentially. Like, this year, honestly, like, I'm feeling it more and more. I don't know how many of you guys have noticed in the last, like, probably week and a half, I'm going to say, roughly, like the last week and a half, people have just like come alive, like on your Facebook post, in your Instagram, in your stories, just in life in general. Like, people are motivated. Obviously, people are joining gyms right now. People are like trying to follow health trends. I opened up like a group on Facebook, has nothing to do with Lavelle, and people are like sharing, like they're sharing their own progress. They're sharing their own meals. They're sharing their own workouts. And it's like, yes, like, community, like building that know, like, and trust factor, right? That community. It's such a big thing. Hold on a second. I want to see who else is on. Kayla, can I unmute you?
Hey girl, yeah.
Awesome. All right. Kayla always has like this spunky, great looking way of looking at things, guys. That's like total teacher instead of like instead of squirrel Amanda.
Oh my god.
Like, Kayla talks about green apples and red apples, okay? And I talked about the F-bomb. So, Kayla, what are you thinking going into this year, and then just these announcements tonight? What's running through your mind right now?
Yeah, oh my gosh, I'm shaking just like Ashley, like 100% right there. I've been waiting since kind of the first because I knew something was coming. Like we knew something was coming. And then Jason's status talking about how this is kind of the first week of starting the new year. And so that's why they're really diving into it now. And I'm like, okay, well, that makes total sense now that you put it that way. And then getting on the call and just hearing him speak. And I was like taking notes as fast as I could and just hearing him pour out his passion and knowing what's coming and him talking about the setup for this year and how January to June is already just like he said, almost 70% of the revenue comes during that time, January to June. But the setup that they have is going to make the odds even greater that we reach our goals bigger goals faster than we ever have. And so now I'm like, okay, so it's time to redream. And honestly, that's what it feels like to me. It feels like I can dream again. It feels like I can dream bigger than ever. And what I was going to go for, now I even want to make it bigger because I trust them. They don't, what is it called? Like they don't say something unless they truly mean it. They don't say something big is coming, whatever BIG means. They don't say something big is coming unless something truly big is coming. And so I'm just sitting here thinking, okay, if I put in the work now, I know the setup is going to make it pay off so big. So I'm messaging like crazy. I'm getting people to our events, not just the call tonight, but working with leaders within our team and knowing that we're getting a method in place of having weekly events, of becoming more organized, of setting things up for people that whenever they launch their business, they're going to have the best launch possible. Just how everything is coming together has me so excited. And I truly think bringing people in with that rookie leaderboard, like we haven't even talked about that, I think that's going to be massive. So yeah, I am just all around everything that is going on right now. Just like Ashley, I am shaking over here because I know this is the setup for something so massive.
Yeah, and I did see that you posted some sample things to like follow up with. If you guys have not seen them, they're on the Dream Team 2020 page. And it's just, some basic wording to be able to help follow up with some people. And listen, I hate scripts, so make sure that you reword them and you make them unique to that person that you're sending them out to. However, guidance in wording, which is exactly what Kayla has going on there, is very beneficial, especially if you're just like, I don't even know where to start. Like it's a template for you to utilize and take that and make it your own and make it sound like it's from you and personalize it from yourself. But now is the time to pull up those people that you talked to, maybe that you talked to last summer, guys, or maybe last year at this time, or maybe you weren't part of Lavelle at that point, but go back from the beginning of, the people that have liked and commented on your, Flex Friday post, even that are non-thrivers, your posts that you've talked about products, like go to your photos on Facebook. If you don't have a list right now and you're like, I don't even know where to start, go to your pictures that you have made posts about Thrive, Lavelle, products, opportunity, whatever it might be, and start writing down names of people that have commented, people that have asked questions. Maybe you've had conversations with those people and you pull up their name and, they did ask you something and maybe you never replied to them. This is a great time for you to break that conversation piece, or to put polls out right now where you're dripping stuff and you're getting people. There's so many people that are great with polls and great with their stories. You can take a look at, I could go on and on and on. There's some extremely talented storyteller people on our team that I'm just like blown away constantly. Kaylee is one of them. She's got great stories all the time. Kayla also always has great stories. Stacy always has great stories. Kendra always has great stories. There's always so many people putting out there. And what happens is those stories, guys, listen, I did a little video today on the Dream Team 2020 page where I talked about the stories. I'm going to pull up my stories right now just so I can show you. And I have sucky at consistency on stories. But today I did a video and it's rising, but it's had like 300 views on it, just me going in and doing my video. And then guess what? My picture one only has 100. But my video ones all have like 2, 3. Yesterday I had 800. I said, holy shit. just from going in there and saying it. Yes, Megan. Megan always has really, really great ones as well. And Megan does a during the week as well, guys. She gets up, and I think she's on Central Time, I think, as well. I don't know, correct me if I'm wrong. But the thing is my point is like, there's so much fire right now. There are so many things. And if you need help, post on the team page. Say, I need help with what to say. I need help with, how to message or how to find the people. Who do I message, right? And I'm going to tell you, don't spam people. Don't be cold messaging. Don't be doing any of that shady stuff right now. Right now is the time for you to follow up with people that you've already established some kind of relationship with and be like, look, I don't want you to miss out on this deal. You have been talking about doing this for a long time now. Let's get you started. Like, this is the new year, perfect timing for you to hit your goals. I'm here to help you. How can we get you going? Right. And just now's the time. Just don't be afraid to break that ice. Don't be afraid to reach out his message Tuesday, Thursday, Saturdays, and Sundays. Oh, Jesus Christ. Yeah. See, that's some dedication there. I like you guys in your early morning shit. I just love it. I love it. Oh, I know who I can bring on now. I see Nikki laughing at me, and you know what? I think she's just had some real good talk about herself, and she just had a real good talk on her Facebook, and she knows that I just want her to talk right now, because sometimes we have life that's changing and stuff that's going on, and we find reasons to make excuses of why we don't deserve this right now or why we can't do this right now, and then we call it. So, Nikki, you just want to share what your revelation is lately, my dear? Oh, let me unmute you. Okay.
Great. Thanks, Amanda. Well, I honestly think it just has to do with the shift. There is something coming, like I just feel it. And it was 2 days ago? It was like my ass was lit on fire. I just snapped out of this little funk that I had allowed myself to get into. And I'm going to say allow, because I would just give myself all these excuses on why I was not doing my business. Like, I've been in this for going to be 2 years. Like, I already know the basics. I know the basics. And, but for whatever reason, I just was like, you know what? I've got school, I've got work, I've got, my daughter, I've got all of the, the wifey duties and all of that. But at the same time, when I was caring about my business and working my business, I was still handling that load. It's just that sometimes you get lazy and you start believing your own bullshit, and you have to call yourself out on it because you get so distracted. I personally know that I got distracted by what everyone else was doing, or better yet, what everyone else wasn't doing. And I was so focused on that, I wasn't doing my own stuff. And then I started seeing my PPA go down. I started leaning out instead of leaning in. That is the biggest mistake I've ever made, is trying to isolate myself and just basically shut down. And that's what I did. So a couple days ago, I was just sitting there and I was like, I took my capsules, I did all 3 steps, I did my sculpt, and I was just like, damn it, because I have been slacking. I have not did all 3 steps. I was not doing my shake. I was just doing my capsules and whatnot. But, I was doing all 3 steps, and I did my sculpt, and I was like, oh, hell yeah, today is going to be the day. And I was like, it's 2020. Like, it is a new year. I don't believe in that whole cliche new year, new me kind of crap, because you know what? You'll bring the same bullshit into the new year as you were doing in the old year. And I was just like, I'm getting too old for this. I know better. Like, I have got to get my ducks in a row. I've got to get organized, because I mean, I'll be honest with you, I was so disorganized. You cannot sit there and focus on one thing if you got a whole bunch of crap on your plate. And I'm the type of person that would just pile all types of stuff on my plate, and then I would get distracted. But by focusing and creating my plan, like, I know, like Stacy preaches about the 5 things. I need to focus on those 5 things. I need to stop overthinking my posts, because you know what? It's all about these products. These products are amazing. No one else has anything like it. And if we just stick to that, and then the focus of trying to help people and let them know, like, hey, you deserve this. You deserve this just as much as I deserve this. You just have to give it a try. So once you start focusing on that, and then you just kind of leave all the extra noise out, like it was just like fuel to my fire. Like I went and I worked out this morning. I mean, I don't care if I'm annoying. I was so wrapped up in what everyone else was thinking, and if they thought I was annoying or if they were going to unfriend me. But you know what? So what? If what I'm doing is making me a better person and someone does not like that, they do not need a seat at my table, point blank, period. And that's the mindset that I'm going into this year, because you know what? 2020 is going to be my year. I made some pretty big moves, and I've set myself up to, graduate this year, and that's what I'm going to do. And, I'm excited. I'm really, really excited. And you won't catch me, missing these Zooms. You won't catch me not leaning in with my tribe, because you know what? We are so much stronger when we're together than we are when we're apart. And life happens. You just have to kind of buckle up for the ride and just, do it. So, yeah.
I love you. I love you so much. Like I do. And you guys, I asked Nikki to speak just now because she messaged me. I'll go ahead and mute you, hon. She messaged me day before yesterday, and it was just like fire. It was just pure fire. And I was like, yes. But here's the thing, it's like I can't have that breakthrough for her. She had to have that breakthrough for herself. Just like I have to have my own breakthrough. Each one of you guys have to have that own breakthrough for yourself. You just have to rely and trust on the fact, though, that when you're ready, you've got a shit ton of people here ready to help you. And a lot of people that are going to encourage you to get your butt moving, to go and make those posts. Just like, Nikki was just saying, like Stacy preaches like the 5 things. Like, you guys, you want to know how to be relatable? Guess what? It sure as shit isn't going to be posting Thrive all day long, every day. Like, what do people have to relate to you? I know Jessica Dunlap Powers is sitting here, and I said her whole name so that you guys don't know who the hell I'm talking about. But she's like getting involved in doing stuff with her kids' school, and doing a 5K, which if you know Jess, like that's totally out of her comfort zone, but the thing is too, I can tell you, boy, if I want some cleaning tips, that girl Sparkle with Jess, that's how she's branded herself, right? And it's like, I want you guys to think like, what are people thinking of when they know you? Kayla Oliver, I think about her incredible recovery. I think about her sobriety and her journey of how her life has turned around. And I was reading her story today, and I shared it on the Dream Team 2020 page, because just 2 years ago, guys, just 2 years ago, she was introduced to this 3 steps, and now is making 6 figures a year and is a top leader in this company. 10 years ago, she was still in full-blown addiction. And, I think about this, and I'm like, holy crap, like, who are you going to meet this year that you're going to help change their life? And for me, I can tell you that when I first started in this industry 6, 7, almost 7 years ago, I remember this post, and I'm going to try to find it. But it was, if you walk past, I'm sure you guys have heard me say this before, but you could be walking past, it was the next Ambassador Diamond. You could be walking past the mom who is in an abusive relationship that needs a way out. Like, you could be walking past that next person that you could literally change their life. And I think sometimes we forget that we literally have the ability to give somebody a gift. But if we don't share it, we can't give that gift. And that gift sometimes is to ourselves and bettering ourselves, making ourselves stronger, making ourselves more whole. Like when you think of me, what do some of you guys know about me? Like really, like you guys know my whole damn story for the most part, right? Like most of you guys know an awful lot about me. Like even that I don't want a bra that smashes my boobs when I work out. Like, because I just put it out there. I just put myself out there. And I'm not telling everybody to go and talk about your boobs or drop the F-bomb. But anyways, that's who I am. That's who Amanda is. Like, let's be real. Kayla wouldn't drop the F-bomb. Like, it'd be a little bit weird. It'd be like, is she okay today? But if I do it, it's normal, right? It's normal. But like, seriously, I'm Kayla. She's like, you're making me sound like a kitty cat. Kayla's the rotten one. Don't let her fool you. She gets me in trouble. Okay, don't let that girl fool you. She looks sweet, but my point is that I want you guys to really go take a look. Everybody get off here tonight. Whenever we get off here tonight, and I want you to look at your Facebook. And I want you to ask yourself, would you join you? Have an honest conversation with yourself. Would you join you? What are you doing on a daily basis? What do people know about you? Because if you don't give anybody anything to know about you, you are not going to attract anybody to you. You guys got to open it up. Like you got to open up that can of worms, right? And I'm going to suggest that if you have a talent that you want to share, like somebody needs your message. Somebody needs your message. And I so wish I could remember who made this really awesome post a day or two. I think I remember actually now. And I'm going to look because it was so powerful that I was like, and I think it was somebody that spoke with me. It was so powerful that I could not help it. Oh, appreciate the people who spoke to the winner in you before you started winning. That was one of them. Appreciate the people who spoke to you, to the winner in you before you started winning. How powerful. But there was also another one. Oh, life is a fight for territory. And once you stop fighting for what you want, what you don't want will automatically take over. Like, and that's so true, right? It's so true. But anyways, I love following these people that inspire me and say it again. Life is a fight for territory. And once you stop fighting for what you want, what you don't want will automatically take over. Like you guys, I hope and pray that each and every one of you will realize that you are no different than me. You are no different than Courtney Glazier, okay, who literally is crushing the PPA boards and constantly like on top. You know, a year ago, I was doing Zooms with her team because her upline left and talking about how the grass was greener on the other side and trying to talk her into believing that business wasn't great. Well, guess what? Business isn't great if that's what you think. Your business will go to shit the moment that you take the focus off the business growing. When you're sitting there focused on what's not happening in your business, that's the moment that your volume will start going down, that you stop signing customers, that you stop being excited because your focus is now shifted to literally all these negatives that you're not intentional about, but that's what happens. But when you're shifted on abundance, and when you're shifted on who I can help today, and when you're shifted on what can I do to serve others today, boy, that just changes it all. It changes it all. And if you notice, the people that you surround yourself with directly either help you lift up or push you down. They will change your lives in whatever way you allow them to. Don't believe me? Surround yourself with some crackheads. See what happens. And I'm not meaning that in any offense, but I'm just saying, like, if you are only around people that are using drugs, if you're only around people that have no home or have no cars or whatever, what eventually is going to happen? What's going to happen if you surround yourself with a room full of millionaires? To say, are you all of a sudden going to start thinking of ways that you could too become a millionaire? It's just natural, right? You naturally, or whatever your habitat you're in, you're going to evolve into. And I want to encourage each and every one of you guys tonight to look at your surroundings, look at the people that you're spending the most time with. If you're in chats that are negative, like, it's time to not focus on that chat. And I want you to not focus on that upline that maybe isn't working or that downline that's not working. I want you to focus on just you and your actions and what you're putting in. Are you doing personal development daily? Are you, talking to people daily? Are you, growing yourself in some way, shape, or form daily? Are you getting your mind right first thing in the morning daily? Are you taking care of your own health? Like, what are you sharing? Are you, I heard Rob Sperry say this today, actually, on a video that he did for Sarah Fryer's team. He said, would you want yourself as a recruit? Based on the actions that you've done in the last week, would you want you on your team? Based on the actions that you have done this whole last week, would you want you on your team? Be your own first rock star. Because that's what you're going to eventually attack. Like, that's what you're going to attract. So we are going on close to an hour. We're going to go ahead and wrap it up. I'm going to put the recording up. I should have it up probably, hopefully tonight. But if it doesn't record, if it doesn't upload quick enough, then it'll be tomorrow because my butt's ready for bed because I can barely walk. But I love you guys. And thank you for each one of you guys that did chip in tonight and talk, because I didn't plan it. I just pulled in different names as I was seeing them on there. And I want you guys to all know, we did bring back this Monday night motivational Zoom. I hope every week is going to be a little bit different. There's going to be different people that head it up and that lead it and so forth here and there. But I brought it back because there was a lot of people requesting it, for one. And for two, it fills my soul. And it was something that I was missing because I was finding myself feeling I was like irrelevant. And I was reminded that I was needed and that I had purpose. And even if my purpose is just to babble and speak my heart, that is needed for some people. And it was needed for me too. So I love you guys and I appreciate you. And thank you for encouraging me to pump this back up, and know that I love each and every one of you guys. And I am seriously cheering for so many of you guys. Like, there's some of you that don't even know that I know you. And I want you to know that I see you and I'm watching you. And, gosh, yeah, that'll just make me get emotional because I know I've had these conversations with people before. So I love you guys, and I hope everybody has a great night. Bye.